The Gators just took down Texas, but there's no time to celebrate. Now it's on to College Station to face the Aggies, and Billy Napier's seat might be hotter than ever. Can Florida ride the momentum, or will A&M send them back to Gainesville with more questions than answers?
Oh, we're going to talk about this.
How I managed to convince a diehard Vol fan to give me the mic and talk Gator football on a predominantly Tennessee Vol podcast is beyond me. But here we are. Welcome to Gator Bites. I'm J-Mello, co-host of the Vol Patriot podcast. In these mini episodes, the Vol Patriot and I will talk a little Florida Gator football. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you know when new Gator Bites drop. Go Gators! I said in the last Gator Bites episode that we needed ArchManning to play worse than DJ Lagway. As terrible as that sounded, that was what we were hoping for, and ArchManning delivered.
Can't be mad at the results there if you're a Florida Gator. I told you guys. I said it. I trust your defense in that environment more than I trust ArchManning and that offense, more than I trust DJ and your offense. And your defense carried you. Now, granted, how about the emergence of your, what was that guy, number 6?
We will talk about him in a little while.
Oh my gosh.
We will talk about him in a little bit.
Beast mode.
But let's just do a quick rundown of what happened on Saturday. Like I said, Arch needed to play worse than DJ Lagway, and he in fact did. He was 16 for 29 for 263 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. DJ was 21 for 28, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I also said that we needed to convert some third downs. We could not win this game if we did not convert some third downs. We were 7 for 14. I'll take it. That's 50-50. I will take it.
That's an improvement. Yeah, you guys needed it too.
Texas was 3 for 11 when it came to third downs. We had 22 first downs compared to our 7 that we had against Miami. 22 first downs. Texas only had 16. I mean, you couldn't have asked for our offense to show up the way they did. And they did. They showed up, and DJ played well. All of our running backs, our wide receivers, everybody, the O-line, everybody played better. I don't want to say they played the best that they've ever played, but they played so much better than they have since the start of the season.
Yeah, just excellent job by the Florida Gators as a whole. You guys came out and executed when it mattered the most. There were some stagnant moments from your offense, but once again, how much of that was actually Billy Napier? With that being said, your defense carried you as we expected, but your offense played somewhat complimentary football and made big plays when you needed them to.
For sure. Our rushing was so much better this game. We had 159 rushing yards versus Texas is 52. And Jaden Baugh, again, just handball the ball. He rushed for 107 yards. But the biggest story when it comes to the offense is Dallas Wilson, hands down. This freshman wide receiver, speechless. Obviously, speechless. I am so impressed by this 19-year-old young man and the way he came out and played this football game. I don't know if you know this, but this was Dallas Wilson's debut game for the Florida Gators. He had been out prior to this with a foot injury during the offseason, and so this was his debut performance, and he came out on fire. He received 6 passes for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. He is the first true freshman receiver in this program history to have a 100-yard game and a touchdown in his debut.
So, I mean, I knew nothing about this guy, and I'm happy he got a chance to debut because Tennessee can't have any more surprises going forward about players we just don't know about.
Why you got to make this about you?
Look, the way that guy played, I mean, straight beast mode. This guy literally bodied like 2 or 3 Texas defenders. They were holding on like if their life depended on it. And, I mean, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. He just said, it doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to step on you. I'm going to stiff arm you. I'm going to drag you into the end zone. I mean, there was literally a guy holding on to this dude for like a whole 30 seconds while he was staring at him like, yeah, I've already made it into the end zone. We're talking about a Texas defense. A Texas defense that prides themselves on just that. I don't know what to say. If I was Texas, if I was the secondary, I'd hang up my cleats. That's embarrassing.
I mean, Texas has been overrated this whole season. Let's just touch on this real quick. Texas and Penn State, number 1 and number 2 in the preseason polls. And now both of them have dropped out of the top 25. These teams have been suspect from the beginning, and nobody is willing to admit it. ArchManning is not the hype guy that we thought he was. Texas and Steve Sarkisian, they are not the Texas team that everybody has been hyping up day in and day out. Same with Penn State. These teams should not have lost to the teams that they lost to. And that's me speaking as a Florida Gator, as somebody who knows that my team is not top 25 worthy right now. I'm super aware of that. So these 2 top 25 teams should not have lost to the teams that they lost to, especially if they are as good as everybody has talked about. But we beat Texas, and our defense was awesome. They had 6 sacks on ArchManning. That poor man was a vegetarian for that entire game. Thankfully, it wasn't DJ. Again, Arch had to play worse, and he did.
Yeah, ArchManning had a horrible day. As you said, he went 16 of 29, 263 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He even ran for 37 yards. In truth, he was the offense. The Texas offense rose and fell according to what ArchManning was able to do, okay? But then you look at it, 6 times did his face get rubbed in the dirt. And I mean, look, I'm clearly a Manning fan because of Peyton Manning. I felt bad for this kid. It almost seemed like his offensive line was trash. I don't know. Maybe your defense was just that good. But Texas's offensive line looked like trash. Have you ever played NFL Blitz? There's anyone who's ever played the game understands what I'm talking about. But there's a part where the quarterback goes, a little protection would be nice. I mean, if I was ArchManning, I'd be passing out Rolexes to whoever's going to protect me next. And it might be someone in the stands. I mean, golly, get this man some help.
Listen, the Florida Stadium had something to say about Texas after the game was over. They're overrated. But now we have to face another Texas team that I think has been completely underrated. On Saturday, we have to face the Aggies at College Station, and I'm not comfortable. Did our offense play good against Texas? Yes. Did our defense play great against Texas? Absolutely. Can Billy Napier pull off another win on the road? I don't have faith in him. I have a little bit more faith in our offense, but I truly believe that Texas A&M has been completely underrated this whole season. It's mind-boggling to me that you've got a team like Texas A&M and a team like Mississippi State who have struggled for years and years and years, and they aren't getting the recognition that they deserve when they are playing lights out all season long so far.
I think you're referring past tense. Right now, Texas A&M, I think they're ranked in the top 5 or something. They're like 6 or something.
Well, yes. I mean, like in years prior to this year, Texas A&M and Mississippi State were kind of like right there with Vanderbilt. The joke of the SEC. I mean, even South Carolina and Missouri have had more clout than these 2 teams, and now here these 2 teams are, and I mean Texas A&M is still undefeated.
Yeah, you brought up Texas A&M and Mississippi State. as two teams kind of on this rise. Interesting enough, they did play each other last week, and it was a very close game until the final, I'd say, 8 minutes of the fourth quarter, where Texas A&M was able to kind of pull away and make the game seem a lot less closer than it really was. But those two teams really battled it out in that game, and I can't say that Mississippi State is a middle of the road team. I think they're on that bubble of, because there's a lot of good teams in the SEC right now, and they're probably, right under that category of, they probably need another year and a few more players, and they're going to be up there. The surprise team of the SEC, most definitely. And Texas A&M with Mike Elko, I believe his name is, has really found its momentum, and, they look really good. The interesting thing is Tennessee plays Mississippi State at Mississippi, and it's a close game. Be it maybe some calls, be it maybe some misplays and opportunities for Tennessee, but the game's close nonetheless. They go to Texas A&M, and Texas A&M is able to pull away. That just goes to show you just how tough it is to win on the road, and specifically win at Texas A&M at Kyle Field Stadium with the 12th man rocking. Florida they're going to have their hands full. Billy is going to have to coach like he's never coached before. And I've never seen him coach a game where he's not made his mistakes. And you're just going, what is he doing? He's going to have to not have those moments if they're going to win this game.
Absolutely. And like I said earlier, this is not the Texas A&M football team of the past. This is a top 5 undefeated Texas A&M football team, and they are playing at home against a team that has not proven itself. They just haven't. And if you take a look at Texas A&M on paper, they still look good. Marcel Reed, their quarterback, is 86 for 144, 1,256 yards. Their rushing game is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Levon Moss has 65 carries for 343 yards. Reuben Owens has 39 carries for 276 yards. Their rushing totals are 977 yards. Their top 2 receivers have almost 1,000 yards between just the two of them, and their total receiving yards is 1,357. Their defense looks really good, too. Tareen York has a total of 34 tackles. Marcus Radcliffe has a total of 28 tackles. Will Lee III has a total of 23 tackles. And this defense has quite a few sacks. They have 18 sacks for a total loss of 134 yards. And Cassius Howell has 7 of those 18 sacks. He has almost half of those 18 sacks for a total loss of 50 yards. These guys on Texas A&M, they're not bums. Those are some decent numbers against our piddly Florida offense right now. I don't want to say they're piddly anymore, but it's just, I don't have a whole lot of faith. I really don't have a whole lot of faith in Billy Napier. And I think that's something that all of us Florida fans are really like, maybe it's not all of us, maybe it's just me, but it's like anytime Billy Napier wins these big games, everybody's like, oh, well, maybe it'll be fine. But the problem is that he is not starting off strong. The last 2 seasons, this is how it's gone. He's the team has played garbage the first few games, the whole month of September, and then all of a sudden in October, they're like, let's do this. That's not a slow start. That's a pattern. And that pattern needs to be taken into consideration when they are discussing Billy Napier's future. That's all there is to it. Because what happens if we lose to A&M? Is Billy back in the hot seat and everybody's on the fire Billy Napier train? Or do we win and everybody's like, keep him, he's the best thing since sliced bread? Help.
I would,
Help wanted.
like I said before, it was a good win last week. Congrats. Billy Napier gets a top 10 win, or a win over a top 10 opponent, I should say. Send him off the right way. That's what I said. But send him off, you must. You got to get rid of this guy either now or at the end of the season, which more realistically, at the end of the season. And I hate to say it, but you guys should cash your chips in for a Lane Kiffin. All right? You'll never hear me say his actual name, but you guys need to go and get a Lane Kiffin, because at the end of the day, there's no one out there that I think right now is going to affect change immediately like he is going to do for your program. As a Tennessee fan, we don't want to see Florida do well over us, so it's going to challenge Josh Heupel in a way that, may make him more uncomfortable, because there's going to be more pressure when that game comes up. But Billy Napier is not the answer. You got to get rid of him to further your program. Win or lose this game, I don't care. I'd still be saying get rid of him.
I agree. I think that Billy Napier needs to go. Nice guy or not nice guy, he is not producing the results that equates to the powerhouse program that Florida has been. And Florida has been known in college football to be a big name, and Billy Napier is sullying that good name. Final thoughts. No matter how you slice it, this game in College Station says a lot about where Billy Napier and the Gators are headed. A win keeps the hope alive, a loss raises even more questions. But that's what we do here on Gator Bites. We talk about the real story, not just the scoreboard. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. I'm J-Mello. Chomp, chomp.